Well, I think what's exciting about it is that people really value community here. At the same time, I think we're really, have a challenge of trying to continue to develop, the NKU and the NKU basketball specifically community, because, you got a unique environment here where, there's a lot of little pockets in different places in Northern Kentucky, and trying to bring us all together, in support of NKU basketball and our players, it is a challenge, but something that we're excited about. Long as we've lived anywhere, my wife and I, since we got married. And so I think that, there's a reason for that. This is a great place to live. We felt really supported here. And I just think professionally, I felt like there's work to be done. There's more that can be done here, more that can be accomplished. We're not changing or apologizing as we tell our players for having a high standard here, for that standard being winning championships. We're not going to do that. That's why we're here. Very similar to, the portal and NIL. We embrace that. We don't shy away from it. We don't run from it. We embrace it and make it what we're about. We want to be our best when it matters most. At the end of the day, that's the reason we're doing this. And, a big motivator behind it for me is not just to help NKU be successful. That's huge, obviously. But for our players to be successful long term in basketball after here and in life, you better be your best when it matters most. That's what it's all about. And so we want to instill that in them. We want them to embrace it. And we really want, everything we do to be about that.
You got to do it when it matters most, no matter what.
The brisket dinner, that feels like a really formal title for it. I fell in love with brisket. Barbecue is different all around the country. In Texas, if you say barbecue, they mean brisket first, and kind of fell in love with it, living there for 4 years, and thought it would be a manly thing to do, to be able to, smoke your own brisket, the same way of all the places that we loved. And so I've even gone as far as the rub that I use for it is from my favorite spot in Austin, Texas. And I don't want to say I've mastered it, but I've gotten it good enough to where I'm okay with outside people eating it. And we just thought as a kickoff to the summer and guys returning, let's have them to the house. Well, what are we going to feed them? you know what, let's throw some brisket at them. It's a lot of meat, and so they say to my face they like it. I don't know what the real reviews are, but it was a lot of fun.
What do they do with their phones when they come here for dinner?
Oh, that's a Carla Horn special. We started that, I don't know what year, as a head coach, when guys would come to the house, there's a basket provided, and all of the cell phones have to go in the basket to have, an hour or two or however long it is of actual, time together, some interacting, especially, in a day and time and specific to our program right now where you got so many new people, so many new players that you want to make sure that, we get to know each other a little bit and spend some quality time. So that's a Carla Horn twist to having people to the house. So if you're going to come over, guys, you're going to spend real time together.
When you're looking at the board, guys, brisket, if you've never had it, if I'm looking at the board, the left side's going to be got a little more fat in it, a little juicier. Down towards the right, it's going to be a little bit leaner. All right. And then chicken fingers, mac and cheese all the way through. There's some rolls there if you want it as well. Of course, Mama has some dessert for later also. Drinks, Carla, where'd Carla go? There you go, lemonade, and we got some tea too if you want to mix it up. So jump in.
Honestly, a lot of the really good things in our program are a result of my wife, Carla. Just honestly, the consummate coach's wife has been about nothing but the players and their experience and trying to help bring them together, every step of the way over what's, now pushing, a 30-year marriage and almost a 30-year coaching career. And so, her influence and impact on that is huge. And, she has the gift of hospitality. If anyone that's ever been to my house for anything knows that it's going to be a great experience because Carla is so good at making people feel welcome and having an evening that's really just a lot of fun for everybody. And so most every aspect of the dinners that we do at the house is really driven by her, and thankfully so. Other than smoking the brisket, you don't want me doing any of that.
There's only one way it can go. Really play that.
Here's the real question. How many times did you have to hear about the brisket before you tasted it?
Like a couple.
I said a couple. This dude's only been here a week. He's talking about it a couple.
Yeah, I said like 5.
How many times have you had the brisket now?
2 or 3.
Yeah, I think it's 3.
This was the best one.
This was the best one.
Really? It's good to know.
That's a guy who needs playing time.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, I told Dio, you don't have to tell me it's good if it's not. I'm going to play you based on how you actually play.
Yeah.
Not whether you like the brisket or not.
Yeah.
But this is the off season, it's the May buildup of brisket. May is brisket month, and then June we get back to hoops. This is kind of the closing of the brisket month.
What's it like having these lead up things when the entire roster is new, when it's all new guys?
It was funny, Coach and I were just talking about these guys are kind of meeting each other for the first time right now, so it was good. Everyone seems to be getting along really well and organically, and it should be exciting.
They got their blind date tables.
Yeah.
Did you have to set those up, or did you just let them pick them on their own?
That was all them.
See you, brother. Your man.
I know. You know we got it here.
Guys out on the floor. 6'4", 6'8". Win.
There goes. It's training. It's good.
Hey, there's a little to go. Bulk it up, baby. So you got plenty of fuel for tomorrow. I want to let them go well.
We live with you, build with you, grow up with you, and dream with you. At Central Bank, we belong to the same communities you do. You're our neighbors, friends, and business partners. And through the relationships we build with you every day, we consistently serve you better. That's what highly personal banking is all about. We start with you.
At Penn Station, your ears may hear, and your craving deep inside hears.
Premium meats grilled with fresh sliced veggies, topped with cheese and served melty hot, straight from the oven. You craving what I'm craving?
Earn rewards you crave with Penn Station Rewards. Earn points redeemable for free subs and favorites like fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and more. Penn Station.
Love your sub. Earn rewards you crave.
At Barleycorns, we create an atmosphere you'll love with the experiences you'll remember. From special celebrations and laughter with family, to electrifying games and victory laps with friends. We help add that extra sizzle to your new favorite moments. So get over here and enjoy the best scene in town. Barleycorns, your neighborhood sports bar and grill. What are you waiting for? Get over here.
Player interviews for the Darrin Horn Show are provided by Penn Station.
First day of summer workouts, it can be tough. You know, it's a new experience for some guys who haven't been at this level, but it's also fun. It's exciting, getting to know guys, playing with new guys. So yeah, it's just a great day at work. Definitely a more athletic team than what we've had in the past. It's super exciting, you know, defensively as well. Like being able to play fists, I think will be a huge advantage with the athleticism.
For us, in a perfect world, right, we'd still love to recruit all high school or multi-year guys and build. You know, we just think that's better for the players, and you know, it's better for our program. You know, the greatest challenge of today's college basketball is not that you know NIL or the money or the transferring. You know, that's great. We're 100% in support of players' rights. The challenge is you don't know what you have year to year because of that, and so planning, you know, for your roster has become really difficult. And really our approach is until things change and there's a little greater structure to it, every year we're putting together a one-year roster to be the best roster that we can. And we're going to try to have guys that we hope will return and be multi-year guys and can develop and grow. But again, that's their choice and you just don't know that.
Be strong with the ball. Have a teammate cut and get open. If you're overplayed, then there's a back cut. Be a basketball player.
What stands out to me about this team, I would say definitely our athleticism and our depth from the guard position. I think last year we struggled a little bit with athleticism and maybe guarding the ball or rebounding, things like that. Like, I don't think we'll have a problem with that this year just because of the great athletes we recruited. I mean, guys like Tay Dozier, Donovan O'Day, Sean Nelson, like just athletes, you know, who can go make plays and do certain things. I think that's really impressive to me. I think our first week of learning fists, like, it was kind of impressive on, even though we didn't necessarily have all the concepts down, like just the amount of length and athleticism we had, like being able to kind of make up for defensive, you know, mistakes with our athleticism. It was impressive to me. A lot of new guys coming in from different systems, maybe even out of high school. I think it's very important for them to know that, like, there's a culture and there's a standard around here. And I know for me, when I first got here, that was a little bit of a struggle for me, like being held to such a high standard. So I think more of it is just like in the summer being held to such a high standard so that when we start the season, they can just start off, you know what I mean, with their feet running.
We live with you, build with you, grow up with you, and dream with you. At Central Bank, we belong to the same communities you do. You're our neighbors, friends, and business partners. And through the relationships we build with you every day, we consistently serve you better. That's what highly personal banking is all about. We start with you.
At Penn Station, your ears may hear, and your craving deep inside hears.
Premium meats grilled with fresh sliced veggies, topped with cheese and served melty hot, straight from the oven. You craving what I'm craving?
Earn rewards you crave with Penn Station Rewards. Earn points redeemable for free subs and favorites like fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and more. Penn Station.
Love your sub. Earn rewards you crave.
At Barleycorns, we create an atmosphere you'll love with the experiences you'll remember. From special celebrations and laughter with family to electrifying games and victory laps with friends. We help add that extra sizzle to your new favorite moments. So get over here and enjoy the best scene in town. Barleycorns, your neighborhood sports bar and grill. What are you waiting for? Get over here.
Don't get all that. Don't worry about that. Right? We're going to make sure we play hard. And here's why everything that we do, whether it's weight room, or workout with the assistants, or practice like this, or tomorrow morning, that it's so important that you fight and pick each other up and battle through and come together when it gets hard. Because where my boy at? You about jogged back on that last possession, right? Because you got a habit of when it gets hard, I'm not going to go as hard as I can. Hey, that's cool. We'll get there, right? But you build that habit the wrong way by not running as hard as you can when it gets hard tomorrow morning, right? Yeah. We ain't trying to win a conditioning championship, right? But what we are trying to build is habits where when it gets hard, we come together. When it gets hard, we get stronger. When it gets hard, oh, that's good for us because we know you're about to die and we don't falter. We do have a lot of new guys, but also, we can't lose sight that we've got 5 guys coming back too that have been a part of our program. Dan Goresker, LJ Wells, Donnie Mitchell Minor, and Bryce Darbyshire as well. Well, and I think when you look at who are the new guys, again, a lot of purposeful, design and who we brought in. With guys like Sean Nelson.
The one thing that stuck out about him, honestly, in his recruitment was his efficiency and his ability to get to the free throw line, score the ball, but also create for others. Sean is a very mature kid, and I've always had a high level of respect for kids that have kind of grinded their way. He started off overlooked in high school. Went to JUCO, felt like he was overlooked, ended up going Division II, didn't play a lot. If you look at his stats, his first 2 years at Division II, he was like 4 points a game, 5 points a game. But his coaches told us in the recruiting process, he just kept working. He's a workhorse. He kept getting better. And his last year, he really shined at Barton College. And that really stuck out. And he showed that here. Like, we get in the gym for 8 a.m. shooting groups. He's already got a workout in before that. So we're really, really excited about him, things he can do on both sides of the floor. At 6'4", he's strong, can move people getting into paint. He can make shots. So he can do a lot of different things on the floor we're excited about.
Donovan O'Day.
In the portal, it's kind of a long process for coaches and players. Donovan was a guy that, we were really fortunate to find late. We actually stumbled across his name in the portal, later in the cycle. He had some serious interest from a lot of schools, but again, had a bit of a issue navigating the portal. And so we're really, really happy to find him. He's a guy that just gives us instant athleticism on the perimeter. We were really looking for somebody in his position who was proven at the Division I level, the collegiate level, and Donovan's done that. And since we've gotten to have him here, we've been really, really impressed with his work ethic and his motor, and just what he can bring to us from a competitive level.
Cale Robinson.
Cale Robinson's a guy, we had a contact in New Zealand who let us know that Cale, was going to be using his waiver to get his NAIA year back. And he's just a guy that's been highly productive. I think when we watched him, we really saw a really good fit just in terms of how he plays and how he fits into our system. And then he gives us a lot of skill and an ability to play inside out, which we're really excited about.
Tay Dozier.
Tay's a very very, very interesting one because Coach got a call from the head coach at Georgetown or a text saying, you need to just check out my guy. He's got an X year left. Teo's kind of a hidden secret in the state of Kentucky because he got that extra year from the NCAA rule, and he was just out there, and his stats weren't something that just jumped off the page, but the more you watched him, he was very efficient. He averaged almost 12 points a game. He was an NAIA All-American. He blocked shots. He defended. He just really did a great job of using his size and athleticism to affect the game. And once we met him, we knew he was our type of kid. He was very humble, just kind of really wanted to work. He's, again, a Kentucky kid, grateful to be at a Kentucky school that maybe he wanted to come to out of high school, just didn't get recruited. Now he has the chance to be here. From my personal experience, I kind of know what he's going through. I was a Connecticut kid who didn't get recruited by UConn, but then my last year they've recruited me and I played for them. So like he's going to play super hard and he's going to give everything he has every time he sits on the floor because this means a lot to him playing for his home state.
Addison Archer.
Addison was a very, very interesting recruitment. So, fun fact, Addison actually played AAU with Donovan R. They played AAU together for the same AAU coach who's actually from Cincinnati. And he grew up knowing Coach Harris, and I've met him through the years just because I've recruited the state of North Carolina a good amount. And he told me about him in the portal because he was coming from junior college, and I was like, we watched his clips and sent it to Coach Horn. Coach Horn really liked it. But we were on some other guys at the point, so he was kind of a secondary option. But the more and more we watched him, we dug into his film. He did a lot of things that match what we do. He could run the floor, he can grab the ball, he's smart, he can really shoot it when he gets his feet set. So he can do a lot of different things on the floor. And then once we watched his film deeper, we saw that he could do those things, and Coach Horn was like, I'm gonna fly down and go see this kid. And we flew down, saw him, kind of offered him a scholarship, and he was so excited. And Addison's one of those kids he's so grateful to be here, and that's going to make him propel in our program because he really wants to be a part of this program, and it's something he's dreamed of his whole life. And we can credit Nick Johnson, his AAU coach, for that, for like telling him about our program, and honestly Donovan R, because he had such a good first year here. He was able to talk to him about it, and that was to help us secure Addison.
JJ Pathé.
JJ is a guy that we started recruiting early in his junior year. When we initially found out about him, we loved his game film, and then we continued to monitor him throughout his junior year. And we watched him, go from a young kid who was trying to figure it out at a new school to leading his team to a state championship. So immediately, just his ability to win, his ability to lead, as well as his basketball talent and how he played on the floor was what really attracted us to him. And so we were able to, kind of build a relationship and get to watch him over a long period of time, and we're really excited about JJ.
And Ron Tolliver.
Ryan's an interesting story because he actually played for my AAU team. So he played for the same AAU team I grew up playing for. So around July of last year, I get a call from the coach who I actually played AAU with, I grew up playing with. He's like, I got a kid I just need you to check out. He's like, I don't know if he's good enough. I just want you to just come watch him. I'm like, okay, I'll come check him out. So we went to Spooky Nook in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania. I remember making it a point to go to there just to kind of check this kid out because I saw some clips of him. It was very intriguing. He's 6'8", could do a lot with the ball. Then when I saw him in person, he was bigger than he looked on film, and he could actually do more with the ball than he did on film. And he was kind of off the center courts, and nobody was really watching this kid. I'm like, man, people are missing the boat on this kid and what he could do. So I showed the film to Coach Horn, broke down some of his high school film, and Coach Horn was like, man, this kid could be a steal. And we think he can really develop into that one day. And obviously he's a freshman, he's got to learn a lot of stuff, but he has a lot of upside. He can do a lot of things with the ball at his size. He's about 6'8", 220 right now. So he's a big kid. He can move, he can pass, he can do a lot on the floor, and we're really, really excited about what he can do in the future.
Really good progress the last 2 days, though. Put a lot in, throw a lot at you. Good. We'll keep cleaning up the defense. Don't ever worry about the basketball. We'll get you there. We'll help you with that. Right? It's the identity. Playing for each other. Right? Bring it every LJ. That's good. That's the LJ we need. Come to dominate. It's got to be every day, man. Got to be every single day. It's just how it is. That's how it is. All right. Make sure you do take care of your body, though. All right. You got workouts tomorrow. Skill stuff with coach. Okay. Continue to finish and get after the weights. All right. And stay on your academics. Stay on your academics.
Good job. Together on 3, 1, 2, 3. Together.